Last year, he didn't have this depth. He's having better players around him. He's able to be more efficient and able to have fun. They're winning. And it's kind of a travesty that he didn't win MVP last year. I'm sure people think he doesn't care. I don't think he was happy about it. But the fact that he played unbelievable last year and didn't win it, I don't say his team is letting him down, but he's making sure that he's MVP this year.
The Denver Nuggets just absolutely smashed the second-best defense in the entire NBA. Nikola Jokic was a total monster, stuffing the stat sheet with 39 points, 15 boards, and 10 assists. He even added 2 steals and 2 blocks just for fun. Jamal Murray was on fire too, dropping 35 points and hitting 14 of 15 from the free throw line. And get this, when Jokic fouled out in overtime, Murray stepped up and shut the door on Sengun, KD, and the Rockets. That is the exact kind of massive win that makes you stop and pay serious attention.
Jokic working on Sengun. This the matchup. Hand in the cookie jar. Bucket and the foul.
What happens when the NBA's best offense finally gets their top defenders back? What happens when their depth isn't a problem anymore, but becomes a deadly weapon? This is exactly what the rest of the league was terrified of. The Denver Nuggets are putting together a scoring season unlike anything the NBA has ever seen before. That probably sounds totally crazy at first. They aren't even at the top of the Western Conference right now. That spot belongs to Oklahoma City. It looks like Nikola Jokic will finally have an all-star teammate because Jamal Murray is having an insane start to the year. And let's be real, we have seen some wild offenses lately, but the numbers do not care how it sounds. Denver is leading the NBA with an offensive rating of 126 points per 100 possessions. That number doesn't just lead the league, it actually breaks history. Compared to the league average, the Nuggets are scoring 10 points better than everyone else. No team has ever had a gap that big in history, and somehow they are doing this without even being fully healthy yet. Of course, it all starts with Nikola Jokic. He is a generational engine who bends defenses until they just snap. But this time, it is not just a one-man show. Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray have both scored 50 points in a game this season. The Nuggets are packed with shooters, they have a solid bench, and their offense is ruthlessly efficient. Individually, none of that feels new, but when you put it all together, it is just overwhelming. How far can this take Denver? We still have to wait and see, but right now, no team in the NBA is scoring like the Nuggets, and no team ever has. What makes this even more impressive is that Denver started the season with multiple injuries in their rotation, yet they still stayed on top as one of the most dominant offenses through the first 6 weeks. Last season, the Nuggets finished in the top 4 for offense at just under 200 points, even with a weaker roster and Murray starting slow. This season, they have completely blown past that mark. Jokic and Murray are both playing at full throttle. Denver has become a constant nightmare for every defense they face. For a team that was already near the top, this kind of jump is one of the most eye-catching things we've seen so far. So what is driving all of this? In Jokic's mind, the answer is simple, and it's about the whole team. Jokic said this about the improvement: "I think it is different nights and different guys. Like Spencer Dinwiddie had really good nights. Cam Johnson had a couple of good nights. Jamal, me, even when guys are out. Tim Hardaway had 7 threes. So I think there is always somebody ready to step up and give us the energy that we need. That is the big secret behind this Nuggets offense."
Nuggets need to keep scoring. Murray, corner.
Yes! Jamal Murray! Get out the marshmallows, he's on fire!
No predictability, no relief, just wave after wave of pressure and historically efficient scoring to match. Last season, Denver didn't have this kind of margin for error. This year, their depth and versatility have changed everything. Just look at the way the Nuggets have navigated the past stretch of games. The win over Houston was exactly the kind of statement Denver needed to make. The Rockets came in with the second-best defensive rating in the league. They have Kevin Durant and Alperen Sengun. They're one of the best teams in the West. The final 100 seconds of regulation was pure chaos. 4 ties, 4 lead changes. Sengun hit a tough shot with 2.8 seconds left to put the Rockets up 1. Game over, right? Not quite. An away from the play foul by Amen Thompson sent Murray to the line, and he calmly knocked down the free throw to tie it. Jokic's 3 at the buzzer was long, and we headed to overtime. That's when things got interesting. Spencer Jones, the undrafted two-way guy who keeps proving he belongs, buried a 3 with under 3 minutes left to push Denver's lead to 7. The Rockets clawed back, but Sengun's contested 3 with 5 seconds left clanked off, and Denver escaped with the win. Jokic finished with 39 points, 15 rebounds, and 10 assists, his league-leading 12th triple-double of the season. Murray added 35, including 6 of Denver's 11 points in overtime, while going 14 of 15 from the strike. But here's the part that makes this win even more impressive. Jokic fouled out in overtime. Murray and the supporting cast had to close this one without him. On top of already missing Aaron Gordon and Christian Braun, they also lost Payton Watson 6 minutes into the first quarter with a trunk contusion against one of the best teams in the conference. And with their depth stretched thin, they still found a way. And that's what this Nuggets team is capable of when it matters. In Denver's December 3rd win over the Indiana Pacers, the offense flowed through Jamal Murray, with Nikola Jokic taking more of a back seat as a scorer, while still dropping 24 of his own. Murray exploded for 52 points, missing just 6 shots from the field in a performance that felt effortless. Even while missing 2 starters in Aaron Gordon and Christian Braun, Denver hasn't relied solely on Murray or Jokic to carry the load. Production has come from everywhere throughout the starting 5 and deep into the rotation. Tim Hardaway Jr. caught fire in their 130-112 road win over Phoenix, drilling 7 three-pointers. Cam Johnson finally found his rhythm in the starting lineup. An undrafted two-way standout, Spencer Jones, has shown he's more than worthy of a standard NBA contract. When that kind of support is operating alongside the offensive engine that is Jokic, a player who flirts with a triple-double almost every night, Denver doesn't just stay afloat, they seem to get better. Despite their early season injury issues, the Nuggets haven't missed a beat offensively. If anything, they've taken another step forward. Whether this level of efficiency holds deep into the season remains to be seen, but through this stretch, the early returns are impossible to ignore. Depth and collective efforts are nice, but it all starts with Nikola Jokic. He still makes everything happen and is still a generationally great player. This season, Jokic is averaging 29.8 points, 12.4 rebounds, and nearly 11 assists per game, while shooting 62% from the field and 42% from 3. If that stat line holds, he would join Oscar Robertson as the only players in NBA history to average 29+ points, 12+ rebounds, and 11+ assists in a single season, per StatHead. And when it comes to passing from the center position, the separation is already absurd. Take a look at the most 25.10 assist games by a center ever. Jokic has already cemented himself as the greatest passing big man in NBA history. He trails only Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in career assists by a center, despite playing nearly 800 fewer games, and he's on the verge of smashing that record entirely really soon. But it's not just the passing. Jokic can handle the ball, shoot beyond the arc, score from the mid-range, and still dominate in the paint. How often does the league see a 7-footer who scores at all 3 levels, while also being arguably the best rebounder and passer in the NBA? Sure, he may not anchor the defense, but his offensive impact more than compensates, and every advanced metric backs that up. At just 30 years old, Jokic has a legitimate path to cementing himself as a top 10 player in NBA history by the time he retires. And with the numbers he's putting up this season, a 4th MVP award is very much on the table. Anytime you're mentioned alongside Oscar Robertson, you're doing something special. The Big O was a statistical anomaly ahead of his time. Now Jokic has become the modern version of that, and what he's doing this season is nothing short of historic. Just look at what happened against Sacramento. Against the Kings, Jokic casually dropped 36 points, 12 rebounds, and 8 assists, shooting 14 of 16 from the field, and he did it all in just 3 quarters. Denver rolled to a 136-105 win. The victory extended the Nuggets' road win streak to 11 games and kept them firmly in second place in the Western Conference, trailing only OKC. But most importantly, Jokic continued strengthening his MVP case. He's finished top 2 in MVP voting in each of the last 5 seasons, winning 3 of them. And the game against the Kings was another reminder why. In that win over the Kings, Jokic became the first player in NBA history to record 36+ points, 12+ rebounds, and 8+ assists in 30 or fewer minutes while shooting 80% or better from the field. After the game, Nuggets head coach David Adelman summed it up perfectly. He's the best player alive, so it's fun to watch him play. And right now, it's getting harder and harder to argue otherwise. Offense wins games, but we all know what wins championships. The Denver Nuggets have been incredible this season, and still there's another level they need to reach. Riding a 5-game winning streak, Denver has improved to 19-6 in the 25-26 season, marking the best 25-game start in franchise history. That surge has pushed the Nuggets to second place in ESPN's latest power rankings. But despite the historic offense, there's lingering concerns hovering over their title hopes: health and defense. Denver has recently been without Aaron Gordon and Christian Braun, and the impact is impossible to ignore. ESPN's Tim McMahon labeled health is the Nuggets' biggest weakness, and the numbers suggest he's right. After the matchup with Houston, Gordon missed his 9th straight game, while Braun sat out his 14th consecutive. The Nuggets have managed going 7-3 with both sidelined, but that version of Denver doesn't resemble the team at full strength. When Gordon and Braun are available, the Nuggets are 8-2, producing top 5 offensive and defensive ratings in the NBA during that stretch. Since losing them, the defense has cratered over the last 9 games. Denver owns the 2nd worst defensive rating in the league. Even with Payton Watson and Spencer Jones holding their own as replacements, it's clear the Nuggets are simply a different team without their defensive backbone. That said, Watson deserves real credit. Pressed into a starting role because of injuries, Watson has played significantly better than he did off the bench. With him starting, Denver has gone 9-13, and his impact extends far beyond the box score. His performance against the Houston Rockets and Kevin Durant earlier in the season became a signature moment. Even if the 9 points he scored that night were a low ebb, his work defensively on KD was absolutely highlight reel worthy. And fitting in nicely alongside Jokic and Murray, he's still plenty capable of going for 30+ like he did against the Pelicans just a couple of days before shutting down KD. Offense helps, but Watson is out there to defend the opposing team's best player. Since joining the starting lineup full-time in mid-November, the Nuggets have a plus 16.7 point differential when he's on the floor versus off. Yes, playing alongside Nikola Jokic helps, but Watson's on-off numbers are still among the best on the team. Still, there's no replacing Gordon and Braun. The Nuggets don't just need to survive without them, they need to get whole. Gordon, recovering from a grade 2 hamstring strain, is expected to remain sidelined until late December or beyond. Braun, out since mid-November with a sprained ankle, is on a similar timeline. And the concern isn't only about filling 2 starting spots or getting by on defense, it's about wear and tear on Nikola Jokic. Since Gordon and Braun went down, Jokic has been averaging just under 35 minutes per game, not far off his career-high 36.7 minutes he logged last season. That workload eventually caught up to him, forcing Denver to shut him down for a stretch in March due to accumulated bumps and bruises. The Nuggets have built the most dangerous offense the league has ever seen. Now the question is simple: can they get healthy and keep their best player fresh long enough for it to matter when it counts most? For now, it looks like if anyone can, it's this group. This offseason was about building up, layering answers on top of what they already worked on, and the results are showing. Jamal Murray is healthy again and firing like the version playoff defenses remember dreading. Cam Johnson is finding himself in the offense, giving Denver another reliable release valve who understands spacing and movement. Payton Watson isn't just surviving bigger responsibilities, he's evolving, becoming the exact kind of two-way wing every contender needs. Tim Hardaway Jr. provides instant offense. Bruce Brown and Jonas Valanciunas bring calm and experience off the bench. And Spencer Jones keeps proving this isn't a fluke. He belongs. And above all of it, Nikola Jokic continues to bend the sport around him, obliterating historical benchmarks like they never meant to last. The depth is real. The versatility is real. The answers are already there. They've built exactly what teams feared: a scoring machine. All it took was time, and now the Nuggets are ready to run the league. So what do you think? Are the Nuggets the most legitimate threat to OKC right now? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if you're going to be watching Denver closely with us for the rest of the season, make sure you're subscribed and hit the bell so you don't miss what comes next. And if you enjoyed this video, maybe check out one of these on your screen now.